Going live. YouTube says I'm live. Let me make sure. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we're live. I'm alone. Nobody's in the chat yet. I did this super last minute, as per usual. What's up? What's up, everybody? Dun, 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 dun. Nobody's here yet, but I guess I'll start talking. End of season podcast. I really don't even know exactly what I'm talking about. It just feels right to end off the season with a little podcast. Of course, going into Christmas weekend, holiday weekend. So yeah. Let's see if we have anybody here yet. I don't know if anybody's even gonna get in this one because I shared the link like 2 minutes ago. So we'll see. We'll see if anybody hops on. Hey, what do you guys think of the new setup? It's not completely finished, but this is the bones. This is gonna be like like the bones of the setup, the frame of the setup. Of course, I wanted to put my boy Ochoa in the back, along with this cool painting that Shelby made for us, part of the BSM team. Shelby's one of the producers and camera girls. So shout out to Shelby for that. Looks good up there on the wall. This side is kind of empty still. So we're going to try to figure that out. I don't know what I'm going to put back there. I'm thinking like a shelf. Put a shelf back there. And maybe some balls, some books. I got a bunch of books I like to read. Should I put my books up here? I think the books would look cool. Like right here under these these beers. I did not drink these. I bought them. My dad knocked all of these out. Not that I don't drink beer, but I did not. This is not my doing. Books. That looks cool, right? I have more books. Yeah, I like that vibe. That's pretty cool. You guys are gonna roast me for some of these. Twilight. This is from when I was like in middle school. I don't think it looks like I read it, but it's just like been beat up a lot. But I never actually read Twilight. I like the movies. when I was. I'm gonna get roasted. Ah, jeez. Okay, but yeah, I like the. What do you guys think? These are good. These are. That's a good vibe. Anyways, I want to get the shelf back there. I want to put a shelf right there, and then maybe put balls up there. Like I've got this one. I've got this one that Jorge, owner of the MPL, gifted me. It's an AC. It's the ACO brand. Shout out to them. Thanks for gifting us this. At ACOTX on Facebook and at ACO.TX on Instagram. Check them out. I mean, thanks for this. This is cool. I don't have a place for this yet, so it's gonna stay down here for now. But yeah, what do you guys think of the setup? I like the setup. I think it's like it's very pretty clean, and let's see. Hold on. YouTube is messing up. Can you guys hear me? I gotta be the host. I gotta be the producer today. I'm doing everything. So you guys hang in there for a second. Let me see. I think my internet is like struggling a little bit here. Bow, 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 bow. But anyways, what's up? What's up, Kaylee? In the chat. What's your favorite book? My favorite book, has got to be The Alchemist. This is kind of a cheesy one. A lot of people think this is like a beginner book for, like entrepreneurs, I would say. It's a story. It's like a fictional story, but it's got a lot of good life lessons in it. That's probably my favorite book. And then How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's a good one. I like read half of it, and then I listened to the other half on YouTube or something like that. Yeah, don't nowadays like you can find books on YouTube. And so yeah, yeah, like this is one that I would recommend to everybody. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Oh, that's a good one. That's one that I need to read again because I haven't been doing a very good job at following in the path of that book. What's up, Johnny Salceda in the chat? Setup looking nice. I see Ocho. Yeah, man. I'm like literally setting this thing up as we speak. We already had this set up the other day when we did the match companion for the World Cup final. But it's still not finished. So I got the table, which is like, like it's like the structure. I think this is, I love this table. It's the centerpiece of the podcast. And then of course I had to put my boy Ochoa back there. I got Shelby's painting that she made for me, and I was just saying that I want to put a shelf over here. I want to put a shelf over there and maybe put like balls on it, maybe some more books. I don't know that I have any more books. These are books that I've like accumulated throughout my life. Don't think I'm a big book reader. This is like a lifetime of books for me. And honestly, I should read more. To be honest, I think everybody should read. It's good for you. But yeah, I may have more books like at my parents' house or something. I don't know. I'd like to see them stack up to here because this is really throwing me off how they're not like all the way up to the. I don't know that I like this empty space. If you guys have books that you've already read and don't want anymore, donate them to the BSM studio. I see the vision with the shelf back there. I think it'd fit nice. Yeah, put some balls back there. Like I was showing you guys earlier, this ball that ACO and Jorge from the MPL gifted us. Don't have a place for it yet. It'll be on that shelf eventually when I put the shelf there. However, this is an apartment, so I don't know how to put flying shelves on the wall without putting holes in the wall. I'm sure somebody has figured that out on YouTube already, so I'll look that up and figure out how to put a shelf up there. But yeah, I want to fill this place up a little bit more. And Johnny, I know I was supposed to have you and your brother over. Sorry, man, I've been super busy. I said at the beginning of the World Cup that I wanted to do a podcast for every day of the World Cup. And I think we may have done like 5. Like it like I tried it and it was a absolutely horrendous attempt. I couldn't go through with it. It takes a lot of time, and I'd be busy. I'd be super busy, and I am not complaining. I love what I have going on right now, but yeah. Johnny, hit me up. Text me right now, dude. And we'll get a podcast going hopefully next year once the holidays are over. But yeah, what do we got to talk about right now? Hey, Manuel Leonides in the chat. What's up, Manuel? Nice to see you. Manuel's one of my students, or not one of my students, one of my little athletes at the Lake Dallas Soccer Academy. He's always popping in the chat. But yeah, it's been a good season. We just finished off our 2022 live streaming season at the game between FC Dallas Dynamo 2 and 4-0 SC Reserves for the UPSL Division 1. That was our last game of the season. Man, it's really sucked for Dynamo. They just didn't show up that night, and 4-0 played a pretty perfect game, to be honest. And Dynamo just couldn't solve it. They couldn't solve the puzzle that 4-0 put out there on the field. So yeah, it was a really good season. By the way, I told you guys at the beginning of the season, our very first game that we live streamed, and I know I keep saying this, and patting myself on the back about it, but I told you guys who my top 4 teams were going to be at the end of the season, and I was 100% correct. 100% correct. I chose 4-0, DKSC, Dynamo, I think were my top 3, and then I put 10-15 and Coppell as the dark horses of the division this season, but I chose 10-15 to be in that top 4. 100% correct. Let's see what happens. So, and it's crazy because like Dynamo's last regular season game was against Spurs, and as you know, like if you like 4th and 5th place play each other for the 4th place spot of the playoffs, essentially. So it's like a I don't know what they call it, like a final elimination game, or I don't know. I forget what they call that game. But Dynamo plays Spurs in their last regular season game, beats them, I think like 3-0 or 3-1. If I may be wrong there. If I am, somebody correct me in the chat. I can't remember the score, but Dynamo won pretty decisively. However, I thought Spurs looked really good. They had that Kevin O'Lally guy up top. He's a stud. Love the way he plays. And they played a solid game. Dynamo just capitalized on their opportunities, and Spurs did not that game. So I knew that when they faced off like literally a week later for the fourth and fifth place game, it was gonna be a good match, and Spurs ended up winning it. So just so tragic for Dynamo, especially after a great season. Because I thought they had a good season. They yeah, they had a good season. They were in that top four for a reason. But uh, but anyway, so Dynamo get eliminated by Spurs, and then it was DKC in 10-15 in the other playoff game. DKC end up winning that like 5-1, I think. Uh, Crazy. Like I'm telling you guys, this season was so competitive. You do not know who's going to win these matches because it's just whoever shows up on that day. Like whoever shows up on that day is going to take it. Um, and yeah, no dubs were being handed out freely like that this season. I mean, you had to fight. You had to fight to win those games. Um, Johnny says how he plays fourth place and they play for fourth place. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I don't know why fourth and fifth place play each other for the fourth place spot. It doesn't really make sense. Um, but but yeah, man. So DKC beat 10-15, and 10-15 were freaking dangerous this season. They're so dangerous on their counterattacks. They have so much speed, and they'll punish you with one or two opportunities that they get. Um, and yeah, I had 10-15 winning that game because of that reason that you cannot make any mistakes with 10-15. They're gonna sit back. They 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 play well off the ball. They're not a team that needs a lot of possession of the ball. They're going to sit back and wait for your mistakes and hit you on those counters with speed, and they will punish you for it. So I think I had DK. Yeah, I had 10-15 winning that. Obviously, I was wrong. Um, so yeah, they went on to face off against Foro because Foro ended up playing the fourth place team first, and fourth place play each other in the playoffs. So Foro ended in first place, and Spurs, after beating Dynamo, ended in fourth. So that happened. Foro beat Spurs, and then Foro faced off against DKC after that, and DKC beat them pretty decisively too, I think. Um, I think that was the 5-1 game that I'm thinking of. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, man, crazy season. Um, and yeah, not a lot to say about it. It was very fun, and thank you to all the club owners and the players, the referees, everybody that's a part of making it happen. Thank you to all you guys. Thank you for letting BSM be a small part of the game. And yeah, not much else to say. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and it's crazy how fast BSM has grown because we've only been doing it for a year. Um, the live stream thing, like our 1 year anniversary was not that long ago. So we've really only been doing it for a year, and yeah, it's crazy. Like we have several clients. We stayed super busy this season. We were doing like 3-4 games a day per weekend. So like some weekends we do 6 or 7 games in a weekend, which is crazy. Like in a year, the fact that happened, um, yeah, it was a lot of hard work, but in all honesty, like it kind of just took off on its own. I can't really say that I did anything like in particular, any particular grind that I was like no, like honestly, I had a lot of help from the team. Rafa, uh, Rafa, my brother, uh, Deshaun, uh, who's the guy that originally started commentating for us before I started commentating. Then we got Shelby and Kaylee, um, and yeah, I mean they were a huge help, and like it just kind of took off really quickly. But also I want to be very grounded. You know, I don't want to be too ecstatic about it because you just never know these days. Um, I feel like I'm just super aware and yeah, just I'm very aware of the fact that um like next season could start and like we could have a horrible season as far as BSM goes. Like there was a company that one of my clients was telling me about that they like sent out an email. Their live streaming company. I don't want to name their name. Um, that like went out of business. And I'm not saying we took them out of business or anything like that, but I'm just saying like I'm very aware that that could certainly be us um, at any point in time. So I'm just very grateful that that we were that we had a good season and that you guys were gracious enough to let us be a part of it. Because again, you just never know what happens. Like now we've got that new Vire, or I don't know how the UPSL just partnered with Vire, which I think is just a channel. I don't know if they do their own streaming or I don't know what that whole deal is. But I mean, it could be that Vire just comes in next season and sweeps us out of here. UPSL forces all the teams to uh, to stream through Vire, and then it's like that's it. That's it for BSM. So I'm just very aware of the facts and the fact that like we are not safe by any means. We've been in it for a year. We got very, very lucky and very, very blessed that people were able to recognize the quality work that we were putting out there. And they gave us an opportunity to help them throughout the last year. But I'm also very aware that that could end in any second. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for letting us be a part of that. And hopefully we have a good 2023. But if we don't, and something like that does happen, if Bayer comes in and sweeps us out, or even one of the companies that's already established here, if they make a big move or something and and just kind of sweep us out of the area, you know, it's all fair game. So I'm just very aware that that can certainly happen. But what's this? What's up, Yemi? Are you watching? What's up, my boy? Thank you so much, my boy Yemi. Shout out to Oli Yemi. But yeah, I'm just very aware that there's ups and downs in everything, and 2022 was certainly an up. Um, so I'm just I'm almost kind of bracing for the down. You know what I mean? And 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 yeah, um, dang, I need to stop with the too many filler words. I'm gonna get better at this though. I'm trying to think about what else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, well, big shout out to Yemi. If you guys don't follow Yemi, um, he's one of the 4 players. He's been on injury for a while. I saw him. I saw him out there for the game against Spurs, though. I think that was his first game back. I may be mistaken, but huge shout out to Yemi. Go follow his Instagram. Um, it's OOZ Fitness. That's 3PLEOZ Fitness on Instagram. Again, that's 3PLEOZ Fitness on Instagram. Yeah, I've done video work for him, but he's a very good friend of mine. Shout out to you, Yemi. I need to get you on this. I know you're shy, but I'm gonna get you on this podcast, whether you want it or not. Um, let's see what else. Ah, you know what I'm really bummed about? For those of you guys that don't know, I have a soccer academy, right? Lake Dallas Soccer Academy. Shameless plug. Go follow my soccer academy. It's the underscore LDSA on Instagram. And man, I lost a kid not too long ago. Like he quit. Very sad. Very sad about it. And the reason that he quit, he didn't even talk to me about it. That's the thing. Like it kind of sucks because he didn't talk to me about it. But I heard through the grapevine that he thought I was a little too tough. Um, and yeah, he didn't like my coaching style. He thought I was a little too hard on him. Um, it's crazy because he was so talented, and it's just one of those things. Like I had never really experienced that. I'm very new at this. Um, the soccer academy has only been up a few months. So when I lost my first kid, when he quit, it was just like this weird feeling. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm very sad. I hope he changes his mind and comes back, but I think some of these, it's like coaching is interesting, right? Because I remember being a player, I was a very uh I don't want to say teacher's pet, but I was very good at following instructions. I was very, very coachable. So I remember getting really upset when I would see kids that were not coachable ruin the practice for us. You know what I mean? So you're at practice or whatever, this kid's like joking or just kind of, just not listening to the coach, yada, yada, yada. And I just remember like having friends like that on my soccer team and always being so frustrated and mad that the coach wouldn't kick him off the team. But now being a coach, you see a whole different perspective of it, cuz like you can't really treat everybody the same. Or can you? This is a dilemma. This is like what goes through my head all the time because um it's just, I don't know, it's just tough. I guess you learn. You live and you learn. I'll see what happens with that kid. Hopefully he comes back. But yeah, I've been like bummed out about that. Um so I'm just like thinking like what could I have done? What could I have done better for him to not leave? Like is it really my But another thing is like kids nowadays get so babied absolutely everywhere, in school, at home. So the moment that you try to instill some discipline in their lives, they freeze. Like it's so uncomfortable to them that they don't want any part of it. Um. So yeah, man, I've got some wild stories about like because I've got a sister that's still in high school right now, and some of the stories that I hear, uh, going around, it's like, what are we doing to our kids at school? You know what I mean? Um, but I don't want to get too much into that because that same school is letting me use their facilities to train my soccer academy there, so I don't want to be talking too much smack. Um, maybe we'll get into that some other day with when I have a guest here and we can like chit chat about it. But yeah, I think it's crazy how much it's changed because the kids that I'm coaching now are completely different kids than the than like how I was when I was a kid and how my peers were when they were kids. Um, yeah, it's insane. The lack of discipline in some of the kids is ridiculous, and it's sad to say it, but like it used to be, it used to be like most kids were pretty. I feel like the majority of the kids had a good sense of discipline when it came to just regular stuff, right? Um, Listening to your elders and your teachers and whatever. Um, and there'd be one or two goofballs, one or two little clowns in the class or something. But now I feel like from my experience, what I've experienced, and also what I hear from friends that teach, and are teachers at high schools or middle schools, elementary schools, it's completely different. Like everything has changed. Um, but yeah, I don't know how it got that bad too, because I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Uh, why does YouTube keep telling me that there's no data? I hope I'm not just talking to myself here. Am I still alive? Yeah, I think I'm still alive. Hey, we haven't even talked about the World Cup. What do you guys? My dad is like all salty that Argentina won the World Cup. He thinks it's rigged. Let me call my brother up because he's got all the. Let me see if he answers. Let me see if Rafa answers. He's got all the juicy stuff. Excuse me. Hold on a second. I'm gonna call my brother, see if he knows any juicy stuff about the World Cup. By the way, Johnny said the quality has set you apart since day one. I imagine 20 guys behind the footage we were getting before I met you. Thanks, Johnny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. That's very, very nice of you to say. Let's see if this guy answers. I pay for this guy's phone, so if he doesn't answer, he's gonna have to get his own phone plan soon. He's always doing this.
Please leave your message for 9.
Come on, dude. Call me back, bro. Let me see if I can get him to call me back. Anybody in the chat have any juicy stuff about the World Cup? So I was hearing that people think it was rigged. People think everything was rigged or that somebody paid the refs off. Is it sketchy? Look, listen. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. The night before the final, all of a sudden, oh, here he is. Yo. What up?
What up?
You busy?
Nah, why?
You're on the podcast right now.
Oh, I'm on the podcast. Okay.
Yeah, so fix your tone.
Okay, what's up?
I'm trying to get some juicy info about the World Cup. You know anything? I know you're like the social media guy.
Info.
So hold on. So I was telling everybody that Dad thinks that it was rigged.
Yeah.
So and then I've seen. It's not like I get on TikTok that much. I got on TikTok and I saw a TikTok of somebody talking about how it was off. One of the goals was offsides. The penalty wasn't a penalty. It's also kind of sketchy that like the night before some of the French players came down with the flu. Like, what do you know about this?
To be honest, I think the refs favored Argentina a lot, but I don't think it was necessarily like stupidly rigged or anything. There's a few clips going around um, where like the biggest one I think that I've seen that I think has some like validity to it is I think it was the second or third goal. I think it was on that. I think it was a pen. I think it was a pen that Messi took, um, where before he takes the shot, um, some of the subs are like step on the field to like go celebrate.
I heard about that, and that's not allowed, right?
And technically, by the rules, that would be disallowed, right? But I mean, if you're saying like technically yes, right? But it's not like one guy with the penny on is gonna steps on the field like to celebrate. I don't think like as the ball is going in the net, it's just not. In
Yeah,
the
that's
net,
not
you know
even
what I
that's
mean?
yeah, but that's not even the bad one. But what about the offsides?
I saw one thing about an offsides thing, but I think it wasn't even a goal because if I remember correctly, the one that I saw about an offsides, I looked at the scorecard and it was still like they still had 3 goals, which is what it ended at 3-3 for Pens. So I don't think.
Nah, nah.
Are you talking about when? Are you talking about the Varane keeping the guys on side with like his butt?
No, 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 no. There was like I think it was the goal where Messi scored. I think they were saying that like it wasn't the guy that I don't know. I think there was an off. There should have been an offsides call on like seconds before or the play before. So basically the goal shouldn't have been allowed pretty much because
Right,
the play should have stopped. That's what I heard. I
right.
can't go back and watch it because can you guys believe this? I recorded every single game of the World Cup except for the final. Something happened
No
with the
shot. The
so
one that you're
yeah,
supposed to record.
something happened with the final where Fubo wanted me to like it just didn't automatically record it. I needed to press record. By the time I pressed record, it only got the second half, and then
Yeah,
because the next show is scheduled like right after the second half ends,
yeah.
it didn't record the extra time or the penalties or the
Mm.
first half.
Peacock has them all like saved if you have Peacock. Like you can go back and replay it.
Oh, okay.
But nah, I feel like the biggest because there wasn't many things to grab. Like the biggest things are the pens, right? People are hating about the pens, which, to be honest, I think most of them are pens. And I think before the final they were getting really favored on pens, but I think during the final the pens that happened were all like pretty pretty understandable, except the one that was called on I think it was the first pen where the Argentinian, I forgot who it was, like chips the ball over the keeper and then like gets like runs into the keeper
Yeah.
and gets like knocked over. That one people are like complaining about. They're saying that there's no way that's ever a pen. I kind of think it's a pen to be honest, but I don't know. I'm not a FIFA ref or whatever. You know, that's like the biggest one. That's the one that people are writing on because they know that the game is pretty fair, right? Because
Well,
even
I don't think it. Here's the reason I don't think it was a pen. I don't think it was a pen because he didn't try to go around the keeper. You know what I mean? It felt like to me that he ran into the keeper. Like he did the little sombrerito around the keeper, right? He
mm-hmm,
chipped it over the keeper. And if he
I
would
don't
have taken a sidestep to try to go
I
around
don't
the keeper, I would understand. But he just kept running straight. So he ran into the keeper. That's what I'm
but
saying.
I don't think he had chance. I think he was like genuinely like 2 steps away when he did the sombrerito or whatever, right? And the first step is like catching yourself again, and the second step is like his left foot. Like he can't, there's no
Yeah, but
way
that exactly,
he
but
can produce
but
enough
that's on
torque.
him. He should have just shot it. He should have known he should have because it shouldn't have been a penalty because it's like what do you want the keeper to do? You want him to not challenge the ball?
I don't think it's not challenge. I don't see this is the thing, but that's the one that they're writing on because that one I think can go 50-50. I think it's a pen because if the keeper doesn't knock him over, I think he would have caught up to the ball and put it in before the defender was able to clear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that one's, I think that's a 50-50. And I think that's why people are writing on it, because it's like, I think it can be a goal, or I think it can be a pen, and other people don't, right?
Yeah.
But the biggest controversy right now, I think people, like, they don't like that Argentina won, but they're kind of like, they don't have many excuses to give, right, anymore, because they just dominated France or whatever, for like most of the game. So what they're doing right now is they're hating on Martinez, the keeper.
Mm-hmm.
They are shitting on him, my dude. Like, because Martinez is so cocky, and I personally love it, right? But everybody thinks he's so disrespectful. Like when he got the Golden Glove, and he like put it up to his dick or whatever, and like looked at the jumbotron or whatever. People hated
What?
that.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? It was during the award ceremony. He grabs it, looks for the jumbotron, and the second he sees him on, he puts it up like it's his dick, and he starts like waving it around. It's hilarious. I thought it was hilarious.
Okay. Okay.
People are also using Martinez getting the Golden Glove as an example of favoritism, which this part I kind of agree with, because apparently, I forget, I don't know how to pronounce Shekhnov or whatever. I think the Polish keeper, apparently, like stats wise for the World Cup, had like way better. It is what it is, though. To be honest, I understand it, but when you save the crucial goal like seconds before the game's over in the final, I think you can kind of sway out.
Yeah, I posted it on the BSM Instagram. I said that was probably the biggest, the best save in recent World Cup history, if not ever.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were in like the later that was like probably I think that was like last or second to last play. Like that was like it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
last minute of extra time on the last half or whatever.
Yeah.
And he saved it. And I mean, I think that's crazy. You know what I mean? Who's been going off? People don't like that he got the Golden Gloves. Technically, I think whatever, the Polish keeper had like one more or two more clean sheets or something like that. But then Martinez during the parades had a baby doll with Mbappe's face taped to it, and he was going around waving that around.
No.
So
Where do you get? Okay, hold on a second. Where do you get this info at?
Dude, TikTok, Instagram, I mean, Snapchat. You just look up the stuff. They're still parading. Apparently Argentina's like fourth day.
Oh yeah, dude, that parade's gonna run through 2024.
Yeah, that parade's not stopping anytime soon. They're not getting another World Cup for a while.
Yeah, they're gonna skip the next World Cup. They're still gonna be partying.
Exactly. But there's not really much controversy. There's been a pretty funny joke went around because Messi just knocked out France in the final, and now he has to go back to the owner of PSG, basically.
Yeah.
And like make his plea deal or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not too much controversy. People are now hating on. Obviously, they're using it as an excuse to hate on Ronaldo, but Ronaldo apparently is coming back for the next World Cup, so I want to see that.
What?
He's coming back at 41. Yeah, it's not like official, but he's made a few like comments saying like I can make it to 41. Like I'll be all right. He's like I still have it in me, and to be honest, I see it. I think he has the dog in him to make it again.
Yeah, but you think he can recover his? He's not in form right now, man. He wasn't starting.
Dude, I 100% think Ronaldo starting during the Morocco game, they win. 100%. I think
I did see people tweeting about that.
100%. Because when he made so many opportunities for Morocco. Once Morocco was playing 10 in the back, like if you put your main attacker, who like we is very trusted up front, right? In my opinion, right? Even at his old age, he's still a threat, right? You don't leave. Just like you don't leave Messi open, you don't leave Ronaldo open. It doesn't matter that he's 37 now, 36 or whatever.
Yeah, he's a presence. He's a good presence on the field.
You know what I mean? So the fact that they didn't put him in until there's 10 in the back, and Morocco's just like they're not even parking the bus. They just sold it. You know what I mean, or whatever. Like you're shooting yourself in the foot. So I think if Ronaldo's in, he makes it. You know what I mean? So I think he can make it to another World Cup. I think so. But.
Listen, you seem to have a lot more information than I do. How about we'll just set up a podcast with you soon. I'm gonna let you go because I want to end this.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna see you at the house later.
You're cutting off.
I said I'm gonna see you at the house later.
Oh, all right. Sounds good.
All right, bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
There you guys have it. He's just who I get my information from. Because nowadays, if it wasn't for me running two businesses that heavily rely on having an online presence, I would probably not be on social media anymore. Social media is kind of a joke. But so yeah, I don't really be getting on like that and like finding stuff out. What is Martinez doing with the doll with the doll that has Mbappe's face taped to it? Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Really, dude? This guy. I didn't know this about Martinez. So he's a cocky little shit, isn't he? Oh, yeah. Don't even fucking mention the poor fucking performance from Mexico. Like, what the bro, how are we gonna, like, 30 minutes of good soccer is not good enough to get you past the group stages in the World Cup. We left the best 30 minutes we played in the World Cup to be it's like the last 30 minutes against Saudi Arabia were the best that we played the entire World Cup. Everything before that, shit. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That shit really freaking pisses me off. Anyways, this is what I'll say, and this is how I'll end it. Yeah, listen. Maybe some of those powerful men in Qatar pulled out their checkbooks and started writing checks to some referees. Maybe they pulled out their checkbooks, started writing some checks to some of those French players. Maybe they gave out a check here and there, Hey, why don't you just have a beer tonight before your next game? Hey, how about you just take a couple shots before the game? You can try, I'm just don't go into it 100%. You know what I mean? Just pull back a little bit on those tackles. Here's another check. Boom. Oh, your parents are only living in a one-story house? Here's another check. Boom. Cash. Yeah, maybe they gave a little bit here, maybe they gave a little bit there, but honestly, I wouldn't have felt right if Messi retired without a World Cup. Yeah, maybe some people, maybe there was a bribe here and there. So what? You're going to tell me you'd be sleeping in peace? You'd be sleeping like a baby knowing that Messi would retire without a World Cup? That's what you're telling me? No, sir. Get the out of here. Get your ass out of here with that. Come on, bro. Listen, Messi got his World Cup. I don't want to see any more of this digging around. Oh, was it bought out? Oh, was it rigged? Oh, did so and so did the referee hide his flag after he thought it was offsides? Get that. Shut up with that. Shut up with that nonsense. Who cares? Messi retires with the World Cup. Argentina What a lovely country. Gets to see their idol retire in, what's the word I'm looking for? Justly? I don't want to say fairly. We don't know if it was fair. Who cares? You know what wouldn't have been fair? It wouldn't have been fair if Messi retired without a World Cup. Who cares if it was rigged? Messi got his World Cup. End of story. Thank you. Bam, 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 bam. Pa la casa. That's it. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Shut up. Shut up about it already. Shut up. Yeah, the Qatar World Cup was kind of a joke. It shouldn't have been held there. Whatever. Whatever. I don't care. Messi got his World Cup. That's the fairest thing you could think of. Yeah. The freaking chip in the ball pissed me off. What is that shit about freaking being a half a millimeter offsides? Who cares? That's all in the past. Messi got his World Cup. We're moving on with our lives, and we're preparing for the next World Cup here in Dallas. Punto. Period. Period in German. Period in Portuguese. Period in Chinese. Period in Japanese. Period in that's all the languages I can think of. Period in all the languages. Everybody shut the frick up about it not being a fair World Cup and be happy that Messi retires with the World Cup. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna end it. I'm ending the stream here. Thank you for those of you guys that watched and that are gonna watch this later, hopefully. And yeah, thanks for the lovely 2022 season. Again, I'm keeping my feet on the ground. This season wasn't up for us. Hopefully, next season is too. But of course, we're just keeping our feet on the ground and looking to the future, trying to keep growing before somebody comes and ruins the party for us. So that's it. Johnny, hit me up about the podcast. I'll have you and Jesse on here. And yeah. Oh, by the way, you guys, like I said again, this was somebody else's tequila. This is just my piggy bank for now. It's got like $120 in there right now. I still consider myself a very good athlete. I don't be drinking like that. Come on, get out of here. Hey, I'll catch you guys on the next time. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much again to everybody, absolutely everybody. All our clients, everybody that makes this possible. Because yeah, without everybody else that is a part of this, we wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you so much to everybody. Shout out to Leo from FC Dallas Dynamo for giving us the very very first shot of streaming for him. Shout out to Gil from Sporting, Bob and his team at 4-0. Let's see. Who am I missing? All the 10-15 staff that gave us a shot at streaming their games this season. Yemi done a bunch of work for Yemi. Thank you so much, Yemi, for all your support on and off the field and yeah. All the players, everybody that's so nice to us. If I'm missing somebody, I'm very sorry, but yeah, thanks to everybody, and we'll catch you guys the next time. Stay tuned for these podcasts. Now that we've got the setup going, hopefully we'll get some guests on here, and we'll start having some podcasts. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear into the stories. We have a lot of talent, a lot of stories. Um, I've got friends that came from overseas that that now play soccer here and have awesome stories about the game and in other countries and other continents and how it compares to this, and just lovely stories about their life and yeah, I want to hear from a lot of people. So I think I'm just gonna start having podcasts and talking to people that I want to talk to, that I think are interesting, that I think I have good stories, that I think are good people, and yeah. So stay tuned for that. I know I kept telling you guys for months that I was gonna get this setup going. This is the setup. It's gonna look prettier in the background, but this is what the podcast is gonna look like for the most part moving forward. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys again for the awesome 2022 season, and with that, good night. Peace, guys.